Hey everybody, this is Joe, the Over 40 Model Maker here, welcoming you back to the channel. First of all, my apologies for being late with this video. My wife had all last week off from her school job, so we just hung out and made sure the kids got where they needed to go and did some very much needed house upgrades and things like that. So now we're back onto a good schedule, and some other things that I have had going in my brain are going to be coming to fruition here in a little while. I'll let you guys know about that in a future video. Things like being on Twitch and doing some gaming and things like that. So with that, we're going to go ahead and go to today's topic, which is this is going to be the one and only episode of Transfomers Zone. This was in Japan only. This is on that same disc that had the um, last video that I showed you, and it's going to be subtitled. And the this takes place after, I believe, Super God Master Force. So we'll go ahead, we'll start it, and we'll continue talking as the whole episode goes on. It's only about 23 minutes long, so it's going to be short, but just wait. It's a wild ride, let me tell you. So here we go. And I do apologize for the what's the word I'm looking for? The visuals. Here, let's see if I can do this. It is very low res. I will say that right now. When you see it without, through the part of the what's the word I'm looking for? The phone here, it's better. I just love the fact that this whole episode just starts with it's all nice and peaceful, and then just the shit hits the fan. I like it when episodes start like this. And so the Destrons here, which are the main bad guys, they're actually all the combiners from the previous series, along with Triptychon. And there's something at the very end that I need to discuss with somebody. There's Star Saber and the other guys. Remember, Cybertrons were the Autobots. And there he goes, leader of the Autobots, always sacrificing himself in some way, shape, or form. I haven't seen this episode in years, so I totally forgot what's going on. From what I understand, all of these toys, I think those were like MicroMasters, and the like Star Saber and his buddies there are like highly sought after and very expensive to collect, if I remember correctly. I think Dai in Japanese is big, if I remember correctly, because there's Dai Nihon and Shin Nihon. Those are pro wrestling organizations in Japan. Big, big Japan and New Japan. Yeah, there's Devastator and Predaking and there's the Seacons. Now, that is the main bad guy, which I don't know how he would have, even looking at this one episode, I don't know how that would have been integrated into an entire series. The only thing that I could think of is like he's like the demon head of the Quintessons because of the shape shifting head. I'm not exactly sure. I don't know if that's 76 days later. I'm assuming it's days later. If somebody knows, just put it in the comments. Planet Z. Okay, so what you guys are looking at right now, this is filmed through my actual iPhone, which looking at the subtitles look a heck of a lot crisper than on my television, which is 72 inches, and I'm about 4.5 feet away from the screen in order to fit this in and not have you look at all the other crap around the television screen. So for it to be able to focus like that, and hopefully it actually does come clear on your side, works. So let's see, who do we have here? Looks like it's Menasor. One of them was Menasor. Almost as cool as the Autobot base in the movie, but not as not so much yet. Um, Bruticus, maybe one of them's Bruticus. Sometimes it's kind of hard to tell, but you can definitely tell the one on the right's Menasor. Maybe with the bull horns, maybe that's was that Predaking? Oh yeah, Black Zarek. Yes, let's go ahead and chase after them. We're the micro Transformers. That has to be cool to have that toy. I'm not really a fan of Predaking's like head. I know it had to be different than the other cartoons, but there's just something about it that doesn't quite work for me. Yep, they're playing football. So is that supposed to be like the matrix of leadership? Now, as he's doing this, I want you guys to pay attention about how he goes ahead, and I'm just going to spoil it. He's going to dispatch most of those, if not all three of those uh, combiners. And I think it's Predaking's head, I want you to pay attention real close to what's inside of his head. And so he takes care of two of them right away, and then the third. So they're already down three of them at the end of the first episode. Now just watch his head. Splits him in half. Watch his head. There's a brain inside of there. I saw that and I'm going, why would there be a brain inside of it? So is he technically now a cyborg? Uh, Not necessarily a robot, but a cyborg? It's just weird how they did this. And the fact that, they didn't have another episode after this, I believe what they did was they made it into a manga, or the continuing story happened in like one of their magazines that they published every month. But this is the only one. And I don't even remember if they even completed that. I think they actually like stopped, and so this story technically had never been completed. If somebody actually does know, if you made it this far in the video, go ahead and let me know in the comments. But it's definitely a interesting concept. And then I think Star Saber, I think maybe does something later, or he just retires. I don't know. I have no idea. It's kind of like, Star Wars, where the big bads are kind of taken care of, but the story continues on. Well, everybody, that was Transformers Zone. I hope that you enjoyed it, was and if this is the first time that you were able to see this episode, I'm glad that you were able to go ahead and do so. If you've seen this before, I apologize for again the clarity of the picture, but let me know where and when you actually saw it. And if you have any of the toys, let us know how those are. I'm curious to know. And we're just going to go ahead and wrap this up here during the credits. And thank you very much for joining me today. And we'll go ahead and end everything like we usually do. If it's your birthday, happy birthday, you handsome man. If it's your birthday, happy birthday, you beautiful, beautiful woman. Everybody stay safe, stay good, stay warm. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.